was the second longest at 479. StatCast powered by Google.
Dead center. I mean, he's been close to leaving the stadium, which I know was a big goal of his, but I'm impressed with the variance. We've seen line drives, high fly balls, launch angle from 17 degrees all the way to 40.
You know, we're tracking the speed of the bat now. Pete Alonso and Ronald Acuna Jr. tied to the decimal with an average of 92.8 miles an hour just on bat speed in the first round.
Now batting from the Cleveland Guardians.
And you'll see more and more of that as the days and months go by on bat speed through the zone as Jose Ramirez stands in. Interesting that he's going to go ahead and bat right-handed, a switch hitter who typically has more power from the left-hand side.
A lot more power. He's slugging 626 as a lefty and 437 as a righty. So it's like fascinating to me he's choosing to do this.
This is also his most comfortable side. I mean, this is the side that he first learned how to hit. And when you're just going back, this is batting practice, right? So you're not facing like a tough lefty here. You're trying to come at different things that you're trying to do in a normal Major League Baseball game. This is what he did when he was 5 years old and first learned how to hit.
Jose Ramirez taking swings off of Junior Betances, who was his rookie ball hitting coach and now is the AA coach with the Akron Rubber Ducks. There's the nitro zone. He wants it middle in or right over the plate.
All right, Jose trying to find his room.
So I like that. He's been approached in years past to do the Derby, and he's turned it down. And this year he was going to do the same. And then it was reported his mom wanted him to do it, and he said, "Okay, mom wants me to do it. I'm there."
That's kind of how moms get things done. Just mom's on line one. Okay, I'm in.
That's all it takes sometimes. He said there was a mutual agreement between him and the Guardians in 2018 and 2021 that he wouldn't do it. And now it was a little bit too much to say no a third time for mom. 3 home runs for Ramirez, a minute 10 in. There's the pitch chart, a bunch of pitches that are well inside, and most of them are up.
I mean, a lot of it's just about consistency, really.
Timeout, Ramirez.
He's got 4 on the board. He's just getting started.
As electric vehicle performance becomes more powerful, so do our tires. Ion. Electrified Hanguk Tire, official tire of Major League Baseball.
Juan Soto, an interested participant here on the Jose Ramirez round with $1:43 to go, and you see Ramirez went empty on 6 straight swings. The blue boxes are misses, non-home runs off swings, and the red are home runs for Ramirez.
He got jammed a couple times. Like, I know he likes it up and in, but there were a few of those that were in off the plate. It's not easy to hit fair.
Yeah, nobody signs up for this trying to get jammed.
Yeah, no.
Jose Ramirez, one of the great pure hitters and power hitters in Major League Baseball, who was really not a prospect for this Cleveland organization and built himself into that with some powerhouse seasons late in the 2010s. There's a long fly ball to left, testing the foul pole down the left field line. It's home run number 5 for Ramirez, and we'll see if he can find that home run trance down the left field line again. Ramirez, that ball hit hard as well. Now Jose Ramirez has started to find it, building on 6 home runs.
Yeah, we think of him as a guy who's got a really great control of the strike zone, and he does. He walks more than he strikes out. But if you go back to 2017, he has the exact same amount of home runs as Giancarlo Stanton does. And I know Stanton's been hurt, whatever, but there's some real power in there. I think you're seeing that right now.
I think that's why Mom said, hey, we need to get your reputation out there, because everyone knows how great he is, and yet his name is still not at the top of everyone's list when they talk about power hitters, great hitters in the game. You kind of need events like this when you're in Cleveland to showcase how great you can be.
So now the pitches middle in are starting to pile up, and Ramirez has crushed some baseballs. Still no 440 plus, but he does have 13 home runs. And to your point, Jess, he wanted to be a Cleveland Guardian. He signed that extension before the season, and his power on display here, 14 home runs. 15 seconds to try to activate that bonus time here in the first round.
All right, final seconds for Jose Ramirez.
He will get an extra 30 seconds regardless. One last bid for that left center field wall for Ramirez, just off the base of that wall. And the final swing, he'll only get 30 extra seconds. Jose Ramirez with 15 total in his first 3 minutes.
I think his pitcher, so that's Junior Betances, has probably been the most impressive we've seen so far. It's just absolute consistency. You know, whether you like where it is or not, Ramirez knows where it's going to be. He knows it's going to be up and in, which is clearly what he asked for. And that is really setting up your guy to do well.
That's not easy to do, too. It looked like one baseball as you take a look at Jose Ramirez. And this natural right-handed swing, we talk about how he's a switch hitter, more powerful from the left side. But he said this is the swing he started with, and it's a beautiful one. More of a short swing than we saw with Pete Alonso. He had more length behind him, but he gets to the ball, especially when his BP pitcher is throwing him up and in.
He gave, I think, my favorite quote before the Derby when he was asked, like, you know, you're not the biggest guy. There are bigger, stronger guys out there. And this is what he said. Well, after all, we're humans. We all have 2 arms, and it's a matter of being there in the competition and enjoying it. Like, fair enough.
I love that. He's not wrong.
Well, and fans love this. As much as you want the big dudes, of course, you also want the ones that look more like you. That's going to be Jose Ramirez.
I'm going to try and get Alejandro Kirk in this event at some point. The Blue Jays' first-time All-Star, the young catcher. Jose Ramirez on his way to left field. There is number 16 for Ramirez. 5 seconds to go. A couple more swings for Ramirez. One last opportunity for him off the bat deep to left field. And Jose Ramirez puts up a total of 17 home runs in his first round.
I'd say that one kind of went about as expected, right? Like, you knew he would do a good job. You know he would get his home runs, but he was probably not the guy in the field that was going to show top-end power, and we saw that. He didn't get up to the 440. He didn't get the bonus time, and I think that's going to give Soto a bit of an advantage because I do think he's going to get more time to hit home runs.
If he's going to stick around, it's going to take Juan Soto to hit fewer than 17 home runs. He had 31 in his first-round matchup with Shohei Ohtani last year. Juan Soto last year before the Derby said it's going to fix his swing, running counter to everything people are afraid of in the home run derby.
You know how many years people have been talking about the myth of the home derby, and I feel like we have so effectively crushed that one. We haven't even really talked about it anymore. Because, you know, it's not sure what happened with Soto. What do you think happened after the Derby? Did he do a little bit better?
He went on a freaking tear.
Look at these numbers. He added about 200 points of slugging. We see this every year. Some guys get better, some guys get worse. All stars who aren't in the Derby get better and worse. It really does not have an effect, and I think Soto has completely ended that myth for the rest of time.
For the rest of time?
Yes.
Nothing ever ends for the rest of time in baseball
Juan
arguments.
Soto is powerful enough to do it.
You think so?
No.
I think if anybody is, it's going to be him. I mean, he was frustrated with all the trade discussion and everything, and you just wonder if this is going to be a major release for that young man. Getting in the batter's box and just mashing baseballs for a while. He wants them up, so watch up.
A big change for him this year, too. So his pitcher here is Jorge Mejia, who was his hitting coach, Rookie Ball, a right-handed pitcher. When he was here before, he had Kevin Long, who was a left-handed pitcher. I remember we were sitting there thinking, oh, that's kind of interesting. I don't know, there's no platoon splits in a home run derby. But it's different now.
Juan Soto's got his own feeling on where he wants Mejia to be. Maybe move the L screen a little bit.
You know, I don't know if there's any validity in terms of being hot in the season coming into here, but over the last month, #1 slugging percentage in baseball is Freddie Freeman. #2 is Juan Soto. He's crushing the ball right now.
And again, he didn't have a bad start to the season, but he was quote-unquote struggling compared to what people
expect. He's got a 160 OPS plus. What's wrong with Juan Soto?
I was talking to Dave Martinez about him about a month ago at a Nationals game, and he said, you know, he was trying to do more than he typically does in chasing baseballs. So his choosiness in the home run derby generally won't be a major asset, but his powers certainly will be. He's got 1 home run, now to the pull side on a long fly ball. We'll see if Juan Soto can do easy work on the 17 from Ramirez, with 2 going on 3 for Soto. This one the opposite way, and he's working the whole field so far.
He talked about And I know it was a little in jest and joking, but he's got some room here with Jose Ramirez only hitting the 17 home runs. He wanted to hit the longest opposite field home run. And I think for him, a part of that is just the mindset is you see an opposite field home run right now.
Oh, maybe he's just trying to beat the shift. There's about 70 outfielders in the right field and only about 4 on the left side.
Will the rules in the home run derby be different next year? Will we be able to?
Maybe.
You never know. 7 home runs for Juan Soto. He tries the opposite way again. A lot of oppo efforts from Soto so far.
I like the home run derby X rules where you can actually go and be in the outfield, and if you catch a ball, you get points. So you could have Juan Soto out there against his opponent trying to catch some of the fly balls.
I like that.
We saw it actually come to play and helped one of the teams win for the home run derby X.
That one belted to right field for Soto for home run number 9. He's already activated the bonus time. 17 is the number he's got to beat, and he lays waste to that baseball for number 10. And a timeout for Soto, who is cooking.
You might think you don't belong because of what you look like or where you come from. But don't wait to see someone else do it first. Want doesn't look like anything, and it can't come from anywhere but within.
Enjoy the show wherever you are with the MLB app, with coverage of in-game highlights, pitch-by-pitch features, select live broadcast coverage, and more. You won't miss a beat. Download the MLB app today.
All right, here we go.
Watch the great Bob Carpenter call Juan Soto home runs. We have had 10 see you laters so far from Soto here at Dodger Stadium, and with a $1:24 to go plus a minute of bonus time, this looks like a pretty easy get for Juan Soto.
Did you see who was pumping him up during the timeout there? It was Starling Marte, and his children as well. And I wonder if there's a little bit of, hey, I love New York, I love Queens, you look good in blue and orange.
You think we got a recruiting situation here, possibly?
There's no tampering for players.
Number 11 building on that for Juan Soto, going the opposite way. You see his spray chart so far this year. He's been all over the map with 30% to center field of his home runs in the regular season. And that one to center past the 395 straight away for number 12 for Soto.
When we talk about him, we talk so much about how he's basically the Ted Williams of the strike zone. We forget how he's got really elite power. He's got the longest home run we've ever tracked in the Derby.
459 is his longest so far today. Home run number 16 on its way to left center field, maybe. And now Juan Soto just hit one 470, so a little bit short of number 16 there. He needs 3 to win. 14 seconds to go plus the minute of bonus time for Juan Soto. This is a line drive to right, gets up and out for Soto. Home run number 17. He crushes this one and walks it off with a hammer of a bat flip for number 18 and a farewell to the first round. Who needs bonus time when you're Juan Soto?